Hey you, come on, a little closer, a little closer. Let's talk about why you feel like you never have anything to wear. In today's video, I am going to be breaking down the 4 main reasons why you probably feel like you never have anything to wear. The thing is, you probably do, or maybe you don't. Perhaps you just have a whole bunch of stuff in your closet and you don't know how to put these outfits together or these pieces together. This is based on my own personal anecdotal experience as I became more grounded in my style blogging and my style influencing a couple years ago. I, kind of had to sit down with myself and realize, like, I'm doing these things, but why do I still feel like I don't have anything to wear? I'm shopping, but I still feel like I don't have anything to wear. It was frustrating, especially because as much as I enjoyed shopping, it wasn't fun if I came back and couldn't put together a simple outfit. So if you would like to see my 4 reasons, or the 4 reasons why you probably have nothing to wear, then just continue watching. But before we get started, hi everyone, my name is Seyi and this is the Daily Seyi. On this channel, I share fashion styling videos, fashion hauls, along with some beauty and life things. So if any of that is right up your alley, then please feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in and being a real one. So let's get right into it. Hopefully this doesn't ruffle any feathers, but sometimes the way to fix something is just to rip the band-aid off, just to be completely honest, brutally honest with each other. So consider me your style therapist right now. I'm just trying to get into your head, get into your psyche, get into figuring out the why behind why you feel like you never have anything to wear. Number 1, you are not shopping cohesively. And you may be thinking, girl, what does that even mean? But whenever I go shopping, always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about what I have in my closet. I'm thinking, okay, if I know that a majority of my closet kind of revolves around blacks and browns and, deep greens, like some grays, whites, like, even though I'm wearing this very blue button up, I really like this one though. But that is like the core of my closet. I am a neutral girl. I have some color thrown in there. I do, but at the end of the day, I'm a neutral girl. I know that's where I stand. So when I'm shopping, I'm always thinking like, okay, I have these certain colors in my closet and I have these items in my closet. When I am shopping, I'm trying to find items that can also complement what I currently already have. Now, that's not always the case. I totally understand. Sometimes you're buying stuff just for the sake of buying things in the moment, but you don't want to do that too much because then you're going to end up with just having a whole bunch of things and not cohesive pieces that go together. It doesn't have to be a 2-piece set. I'm not talking about like a co-ord set. I'm literally talking about knowing what you already have in your closet and thinking like, oh, this top will complement those pants really nicely. Oh, these pants will complement that crop top I have really nicely. Oh, this skirt will look nice with that blazer that I have in my closet already. That's the type of thinking that you need to go in when you're shopping. If you're starting from scratch, then obviously you're able to kind of build your wardrobe from scratch. But if you have certain things in your closet that you already genuinely like, but you just feel like I have nothing to go with this thing, go with that thought process in mind when you're at the mall or when you're online shopping. That's really it. Just focus on what you already have and then focus on complementing those pieces and creating a cohesive outfit, a cohesive wardrobe. Second reason why you feel like you have nothing to wear is that you're only buying things that are trendy. Now, I like a good trend every now and then. Sometimes these trendy pieces tend to last past the trendy season. Like there are some things that I find myself that I've bought that I'm like, oh, this lasted way longer than I expected as far as like how I would like it and like what's in trend. Like I would say lug boots, they're probably still kind of in trend, but the boots that basically have like a lug sole, those were extremely trendy at one point. And I did give in, but part of me knew that I would want to wear those even past when the trend was over, just because I realized that fit into my own personal style, which I'll get into. But overall, I knew that it was a piece that I can get into post-trend. If you're only buying things because they're trendy in the moment, but they have no significance to your personal style, you're going to be very disappointed when all of a sudden the trend kind of goes away and you no longer want to wear these things. You have no connection to them because you just don't feel like they fit whatever your style may be. They're just trendy pieces in the moment. Like one thing I've noticed is that especially in the spring, summer, we get hit with a lot of color, which I'm like, okay, hey, I bought this in the spring, I believe. Yeah, last spring. But we get hit with a lot of color and we're like, ooh, yeah, I'm going to be a colorful girl. Like that happened to me one time where I was like, I'm going to be a colorful girl. And I had to realize, I was like, Shay, no, you're not, girl, because you like your neutrals, even in the spring, summer. I'll throw a little color here and there, but am I going to wear a full-blown colorful outfit? Absolutely not, because that's just not me. I have to realize it's just not me. So making sure that, once again, it kind of ties back into point one, that you're buying cohesive pieces, because a lot of time trendy pieces are sort of like statement pieces. Like they work on its own, but when you try to mix it with something else, you start kind of getting this kind of fumble, kajumble action going on. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And even if you're a maximalist, like you just love like mixing prints and all those things, you still have foundational pieces. So that's not to say you can't mix prints or you can't mix colors or things like that. I'm just talking about having a whole bunch and you feel like you can't match them, or match as in like bring them together cohesively. Number 3 reason why you feel like you don't have anything to wear, and this might be a tough one to swallow, but you haven't figured out what your personal style is. You're like looking at everybody else's style and you're like, oh, I kind of like that. Oh, I like that too. Or, oh, I like that too. But you're not figuring out what you genuinely like. And I totally understand there's people who just like it all. Like they just like every single style out there, which is totally fine. But those people are completely aware that they do. And they're able to still build foundational outfits or build outfits around each of these kind of like personal style choices. But a lot of us have our comfort zones of styling, and sometimes we like to veer out of our comfort zone, which I think is a good thing, you know, do a little exploring, a little exploration. But we always kind of come back to what we genuinely feel comfortable in. And comfort has a different meaning for a whole lot of different people. Like I'm not saying like jeans and tennis shoes comfort. I'm just talking about what you feel most comfortable in when you get dressed one day and you're like, wow, this is a great outfit. I have a couple looks, like foundational outfits, that I'm just like, whenever I wear it, you really can't tell me anything because I feel my absolute best in it. Like absolute. Because I figured out what my personal style is. You can love somebody's style on them and recognize that you love that style on them. There's a couple people that I follow that I'm like, I like that style on you. Me? No. I would not do that. But on you, comes together. It looks so good. Always figure out where you feel most comfortable, what pieces you gravitate towards, because that can exude even in just like how you're presenting yourself when you're wearing these looks. And lastly, the 4th tip, which kind of goes back into tip number 2, but a bit more deeper. You buy on impulse. You just buy whatever you want without even thinking twice about it. Now, if you got it, then hey, you do what you'd want to do. But even if you do got it and you do what you want to do, isn't that frustrating to always just buy and never to really think about what it can work with? Like there are some things where I'm like, okay, that was for sure an impulse buy. But a lot of times impulse buys for me usually are in the accessory range, because I'm like, an accessory can work for a whole bunch of different looks. But when it comes to clothing, impulse buying is something I rarely do these days. Like if I see something and I'm like, okay, that's really cute, 9 times out of 10, I'll usually wait like a day before I buy it. Like online, because I usually mainly shop online, I'll usually wait like a day. When I'm in store, even like for example, let's use Zara. Like if I pick up something, I'm like, I'll hold on to it and then I'll circle the store about 3 different times, because I just need to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And I'll circle the store. Finally, when I'm ready, I'll be like, do I really want this? And sometimes I do. And I'm like, absolutely, yes, I want this. And sometimes I don't, and I put it back. Impulse buying would be seeing the thing and being like, yep, I need that right now, immediately. So I say this from experience, not to shame, but just buying on impulse doesn't do anything. It satisfies a quick feeling. Like it gives you, like it satisfies your appetite for shopping, getting something and just buying something, which is a great feeling. Let's be honest, it's a great feeling. But sometimes / most times / almost all the time, you need to like sit down with yourself and be like, is this something that I really need? Is it something that will add value to my wardrobe? Is it something that will add value to my closet? Is it something I can wear and feel so good in? Or is it just something that I'm just thinking that I want in the moment because I feel good in the moment? Which I love a good moment feeling, but you need to think about longevity. And that's how you can build a nice closet, which I did do a video about decluttering your closet. So I'll link that somewhere. I can never know if it's here or here, in one of these areas. So you can see that, because those are also helpful tips on how to like feel kind of clear-headed as you approach, your newfound style. And perhaps you can take tips from this video and watch that video and see how you feel about it. Kind of combine the two and maybe have a newfound look on life, as in newfound look on your closet. Not on life. Let's not be dramatic here. This is not life or death. This is literally just clothes. Come back anytime. I'm here. I'm always here as I was going to say a listening ear, but I'm more of a talking ear, talking mouth. Hopefully that you can get some advice from. So As always, I appreciate y'all so much for watching today's video, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Until next time, bye.